Yeah, we'll put that message in chat. And we are live. Alrighty. Put that message in chat. All right, cool. We are live, and ready to go. Got to clear my throat because, you know, life. Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is part number 4. And I titled it Beloved Items because in today's stream, we are going to be getting one of my absolute favorite items in this entire game, which is a very awesome cane. Let's go ahead and make our way over yonder and grab it, shall we? Yeah, you're not robbing me blind. Actually, you know what? Let's check the map real quick. Yeah, it looks like we can go. Yeah. We need to go this way, first and foremost. Gotta get used to the controls again. We are trying to go to the sanctuary. I'm very excited for this because, let alone the fact that this is one of my favorite items of all time in a Zelda game, it's actually going to make this playthrough very much easier in some of the upcoming boss fights because I'm going to be skipping. I think I can go here. I could actually go up here first and foremost. Let's go ahead and do that. There's quite a few items and things that I neglected over the past couple of playthroughs. In fact, there was even a cave that offered a whole lot of moolah, and I can't believe I skipped it. It's called the Mini Moldorn Cave, and just skipped right past it. Gives you a lot of money, gives you a lot of items kind of thing. Nothing, you know, fantastic or spectacular. Nothing necessary. I was under the impression, and we got this piece of heart. We got one more heart. Awesome. I was under the impression that I needed to get the Titan's Mitts before I could get the King's Treasure, which I also assumed the King's Treasure was the cane, my item. But in reality, the King's Treasure is not the cane. There was nothing in here, right? No. When you can just do this. You don't have to, at all, wait for the Titan's Mitts. See, you can't pick these up. You can't actually get in here without the Titan's Mitts. But you can teleport here, and I could have technically gotten this item the moment I was able to get to this point in the Dark World. So after I got the hammer, that is. A lot of progression is locked behind the hammer in this game, and the Titan's Mitts, at least in the Dark World. Alright, so we get, this is the magic cape. You are invisible when you wear it. Watch your magic meter. Alright, so what's so cool about the cape? The cape is actually the particular item you need in order to get the Cane of Birna. Now, you can get the Cane of Birna without it, and you'll see exactly as to why that is. But the Cane of Birna is my favorite item in the game. Now, what the cape does and the Cane of Birna do are basically very similar things. The cape makes you not only invisible, but invincible. Let alone the fact that those holes in the ground that you could fall into, whenever you're invisible, you can just like hover over those, walk right over those as if they don't exist. The Cane of Birna does something a little bit similar, but different at the same time. It's interesting that they basically created two items that do the same thing, but not really. And I think that's phenomenal. Alright, so where we want to go to next is actually, I I think we want to save and quit. We're going to find out if this is what I should have done in a moment. I mean, no. Yes and no, this is what I should have done. I didn't want to go here exactly. I actually wanted to teleport myself to the mountain. All right. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Very silly, very silly. I'm thinking early game in my head right now, and it's definitely not early game right now. All right, move out of my way. Zeake, I think the wizard connected the two worlds somewhere around the castle. All I can do for you now is to comfort your weariness. Come back here anytime. Of course. All right, so now that we're in here, we do... Ooh. You know what? Huh. All right, we can get the Cane of Burna, but we definitely have to go and buy some more arrow and bomb upgrades. I have 999 rupees. What? I did not even recall that I had this much crapola. Yeah, but the Cane of Burna is up on the Dark World's Death Mountain. It's actually the only thing you can get in the upper portion of the Dark World's Death Mountain, which is kind of weird in a way. Kind of very weird. Alright, I don't... Yeah, we do need... I actually don't think we need the mirror here. We're gonna find out. And defeated you were. Alright, let's go through the teleport. Yeah, I think it's literally right here. Alright, so the cape and the cane are two... Yes, it is. Are two weapons that you well, two items that you absolutely want half magic for. Same with the medallions. The medallions take away 1/4 of your magic meter on singular use. That's not exactly great. We're going to open up all these because it's just expedient. Alright, so if you have healing potions, you can get through this area like it's nobody's business. Alright. You do get some hearts back. And you got the Cane of Burna. If you swing it once, a ring of light will protect you. Alright, so what's so cool about the Cane of Burna is that what happens is, and you're going to see this in a moment, you activate it, and it swings an orb of light around you. It makes you fully invincible while it's active. It does waste your magic as quickly as the cape did. So if you were paying any attention to my magic meter, it does that. But the cool thing about it is you can still attack. When you're using the cape, you can't attack. It's basically like a really passive invincibility, where this is an offensive invincibility. You use this, and while it's swinging, each one of the swings counts as a hit from, I believe, the regular sword. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a regular hit from the regular sword, so it doesn't really do much. But you can add that to the damage that you already do with, like, swinging your sword. There's a couple of boss fights that we're going to be going to very soon that are quite difficult. And without the Cane of Burna, they're not impossible. But I would just prefer to have something at which I can use to defeat the enemies a little bit easier, you know. Alright, so I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, especially the bosses. Oh my gosh, some of the bosses are just a literal nightmare. Let's see. do want to teleport back. Might as well do it up here so we don't have to worry about boulders. We're going to teleport back and find ourselves to the fairy fountain and getting some items. Alright, so, not you. I always find myself doing that, like pressing the wrong buttons at just the most inopportune times. Alright, so what's so cool about this is that we're going to be able to use that 999 rupees to get a boatload of stuff. I want to say the mini Moldorn cave is in between 7 and 8, so we're actually going to go there too, but after we upgrade our wonderful arrows and whatnot. Did we already get this heart piece? No, we didn't. Okay. I think I'm capable of getting that heart piece now, actually. So we might just try to do that. So we're doing a little bit of, you know, collecting some things right now because it's just prudent. It really is. Yes, we're going to throw 50 whopping rupees. Thank you for the happiness increase. I finally found out what that guy does over there next to the desert that you can't talk to and you can remove his sign. We're going to figure that out later. I was very confused as to what he did and could not quite remember. I had an idea, but I didn't know if I was correct in that idea, and turns out I was. All right. Let's carry more arrows. I don't know what the maximum arrow count is in this game, or, like, the maximum bomb count is either. It's kind of interesting because it's been so long since I played this game that I would have pretty much no idea. I just know that whatever you get to the maximum, you can't throw in any more rupees, I don't believe. Throw in a few. Yes, more arrows. Okay, it went from 60 to 70. Okay. Well, that was the first time we had a jump from 5 to 10. So I wonder if that means we're pretty darn close. Yeah, you're not really pressed for money in this game when you get to the Dark World, that is. Because as you saw, the digging game and the chest game are really stupid easy to get money with. And that's what I'm going to be using later on in this game in order to basically grind myself out some blue potions, because their blue potions are 150 rupees a piece, which isn't really that much in the grand scheme of things, but you can only hold 999 rupees, so if you want 4 of those, you're spending 600 rupees on just 4 potions. You don't really have very much to spend rupees on in this game, though, being honest. Like, it's one of the reasons why I don't particularly mind the fact that you need 500 rupees for the flippers, and that you need 110 rupees to open up the Dark Palace. I don't really mind either of those things. Yeah, so we're going to do this just a little bit more. I know it's not exactly the most exciting, thrilling thing in the world. That's why I'm doing this, like, in little increments. I'm not trying to, you know, max out everything in one go immediately, because I just don't want to spend people's time just doing nothing or being silly, you know. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna probably do this like one or I would say like 2 more times get the fairy, we'll get more arrows and more bombs. I want to see if it's going to jump from 40 to 50 bombs, because that would be very interesting. Yeah, so having a lot of arrows and bombs in this game is good. You don't need this many. You really don't, unless you're going to actively use it all as weapons. Very soon, we're going to be getting an upgrade to... I cannot grant any more wishes for you, but a friend of mine might be able to. She lives in the Waterfall of Wishing near Zora's Lake. I will return your rupees to you. May you be happy. Okay. Okay, so 40 bombs and 70 arrows are the maximum. Yeah, she just said she has a friend of hers in the Waterfall of Wishing. There's actually a third fairy in this game. And the third fairy in this game gives us 2 upgrades that are pretty outstanding. I love it when those dudes give you a full magic meter. Alright, so... we can find ourselves... I don't know if there's like a... we can actually check the map for that. Okay, it's up to... we're just going to go ahead and fly, because this will be quicker. And we'll go to Area 7. Yep, stay away from me. It should be very close to here. Yep, and I was right. Alrighty, so we need bombs. Yeah, this is actually like an early game location. And, well, pretty darn early game. It's not like the earliest of game. But yeah, I can't believe I totally missed out on this. So, for clarification's sake, because I want, you know, people to know where to go, if you happen to want to play this game yourself. You do need a way to kill those. You can do that with bombs, but arrows don't work, the boomerang doesn't work. Yeah, so we don't need, I don't think, anything in these chests. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? And he gives 300 rupees. So this is, like I said, relatively early game. If you have, like, no money when you want to get the flippers, come here. Literally right here. Alright, so we do have a couple of interesting places we can go. I want to say we should probably go back to Hyrule Castle, teleport, and find ourselves getting that heart piece. I want to get as much stuff as I possibly can whenever I can. We're not going to be too long on this, though, because I do have a desire. Oh, that was a very sad-placed bomb there. I did not want that bomb blowing me up. But yeah, so I do kind of want to get to the point where... get away. We are going to the next 2 dungeons. I don't know if we're going to do 2 dungeons this playthrough, because the dungeons are going to be getting much, much bigger, basically from here on out. And I do mean that when I say it. Much, much bigger. Alright, so... okay, cool. It's just down south a little bit. doing there, Link? Alright, so one thing about here is you can teleport to this, in this little spot. That's why this is here. So that you can go underneath the bridge and get the bottle. I don't know exactly why you would wait that long to get that, because the bottles are very useful in this game, especially if you have fairies and you use the fairies. There's lots of locations for fairies in this game. Unlike some later Zelda games, you pretty much have no excuse or reason as to why you wouldn't get as many fairies as you possibly can. Later Zelda games, some of them, it's just like, you don't find too many fairies too often. And we found a piece of heart. Just what we needed. One thing you can also do at the Waterfall of Wishing, and the later fairy we will be able to get after we beat Dungeon 6, is you can go to the Waterfall of Wishing and you can throw in a empty bottle and she'll fill it with green potion for free. Is it really all that useful? It can be, if you're willing to throw away because you can only have up to 4 bottles. If you're willing to throw away a bottle use for a green potion, that's pretty good in a sense that, like, it's a full magic heal. So that's not useless, especially for something like Mycana Burna. It's actually quite useful. I think we want to teleport back, actually. And then we want to fly over to the witch's hut. Yep, and with that, we are going to be getting ourselves a blue potion. Just one for now. Maybe, well, maybe 2. Yeah, they're 160. I thought they were only 150. Thank you. This is the medicine of life and magic. You can recover both. And it is full recovery. Doesn't matter how many hearts you have. Doesn't matter if you have half magic. It's full recovery for both. Very useful, especially in the later dungeons. My goal at the end game is probably going to be like having 1, maybe 2 fairies, and then the rest are going to be blue potions, because you need it. It's actually pretty darn, like, understated how much you need it. And the blue potion is actually cost effective, because technically, because if you had a red potion and a green potion, it's 180, plus it would take up 2 bottles. 160 for both, yeah, you know, I think it's cost effective. I also think, I mean, we really kind of can afford another, and I sort of want to get another. We have tons of money. I don't know that we'll need to, but it doesn't matter. Alright, cool. So now we have everything we need currently to get ourselves into the next dungeon and deal with it. One thing I will say, though, is I think we're missing a few things here still. I'm blanking on some of it, unfortunately, but that's whatever. We're going to go ahead and fly over and get to Dungeon 4. So one of my favorite things about A Link to the Past is the fact that you can literally just bypass dungeons. So after you beat Dungeon 1 of the Dark World, you can basically say, you know what, I'm going this way, I'm doing this dungeon. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You can do whatever you please. Alright, so this is not the right way. I like when you stun enemies, they become immobile. And intangible. They don't hurt you either. Which is good. Quite good, in fact. Alright, so once we get the Titan's Mitts, we won't have to go all the way around like this in order to get to our little warp area. But, hey, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. Cutting grass. And both y'all missed. All right. Now I think it is time for us to find ourselves in dungeon number 4, the Thieves' Hideout. I know we can do the digging game. We can actually finish that. I'm not going to do that right now because I just want to get into the dungeon. It won't give us a full heart anyway. Alright, so this wonderful dungeon, I like to call it the dungeon, like the biggest maze in this game, because that's basically what it is. It's just a maze. You want the dungeon map as soon as possible. I'm glad they give it to you pretty well, like, quickly, I'd say. Because this dungeon is not... It's not friendly. Yeah, it's not friendly at all to spatial awareness. All right. Sword beams are a good friend of yours in this dungeon as well. All right. It's actually funny because the main area of this place, of the Thieves' Hideout, is basically just like 4 squares, and you wouldn't think that 4 squares would throw you off any, but it's just more or less like the way that everything is set up here. And it's not like super duper difficult or anything like that, but it is interesting to say the least. I really want the compass, but I have no idea where it is. That's another thing too, is that you kind of want like the map and the compass as soon as possible, so that you can take advantage of knowing exactly where like chests and stuff are, so you don't just waste your time on like silly little runarounds. Welcome to the stream, Quandary. I will be getting the blue mail in Dungeon 5. It's the dungeon item of Dungeon 5. We're in Dungeon 4. I can do Dungeon 5 next, but there's actually going to be a couple of things that I do before then, because I want to get the Bombos medallion, and I also want to clean up some more heart pieces. So I don't know if Dungeon 5 is going to be something I do in this playthrough. Well, I should say this stream. But it is the next dungeon we will be going to. Dungeon 6 is going to be the one after that too, which is kind of hilariously abysmal. And I haven't looked up a guide or anything like that, but I don't know if I can actually beat Dungeon 6 without the hook shot. So it might very well be that that's just not happening. The reason why I want to beat Dungeon 6 is it's pretty self-explanatory if you know this game, but it opens up the third fairy. And the third fairy is what allows you to get some pretty darn busted items in this game. And when I say busted, I mean fully busted. Alright, so I actually want to say that our best tool against the fire shooting red dudes over there is actually the bow and arrow. So we're going to pull out the bow and arrow because we have literally a billion shots. Now you want to be careful. You can rack up a lot of damage in this dungeon. And I mean, like, truly an astonishing amount of damage, actually. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible. And we got the compass. Awesome. So the compass is in, actually, right to the right. So that's cool. This dungeon's actually pretty confusing the way some of its layout is. And it is that way on purpose. Due to the fact that it's basically like if you ever had a dungeon that was a red herring, this would be that dungeon. Alright, so we need to go up and to the left, I believe. Alright, so it doesn't look like there is anything else noteworthy down to the bottom, so we're just going to... Oh, yeah. Well, welcome to the string, Masking David. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, really interesting glitches in this game. You can actually go faster with the lantern than you can with the Pegasus boots, but I don't remember exactly how to do it. It's like item dashing or something like that, I believe. It uses magic, so even though you go faster, you're still going to waste your magic pretty quickly. Yeah, this dungeon is like damage rack up central. And I actually am unsure as to where to go right yet. Alright, so I think... it's definitely got to be the left room. So we're going to go to the left room, and I think there's bombable walls. Not here. Oh. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I'm going to be checking out the map quite often, unfortunately. Is the master key? Huh. Very strange. Yeah, the blue guys, they do literally 2 damage a heart. No, I was talking about item dashing. Okay, so there it is. That's what we need to go get. I knew I was missing something, particularly nearby. Alright, so we can go this way. Yeah, no, there is for real item dashing in this game. I think you can do it with the hammer more than... I think the hammer is what's considered the #1, like, best item dashing tool in this game. And you can actually go about double the speed of the Pegasus boots. So I thought that's what you were talking about. Hilarious that you didn't even know that, but you made that suggestion. You got the big key. All right, so cool. We are now capable. All right, we don't want to. Well, we got hit. We didn't want to get hit by that, but that's okay. Yeah, welcome to the string, Masking David. I think I already said that, but just in case. All right, so we are into the next area. And we got ourselves a nice little key. All right, so remember this room. This is actually on the map. This is the boss's room. That's what's so funny about this area is that basically the boss is a red herring. You have to find him. All right, we're gonna open up this door. All right. I think the game is telling us that we need bombs. All right. So which way do we want to go? Let's go left first. Yeah, those enemies are kind of annoying because you can only attack and hurt them when they move. Yeah, so this is just one of those many ways that this dungeon is, like, it just piles on the damage. Is by having enemies that you can't even really, like, attack or do anything about. Yeah, you always want to take advantage of that. Having the ability to just turn those things into fairies at any old time is just fantastic. All right, now we're going down to the first floor. It's amazing to me that those cricket creatures can actually do like 2 hearts of damage. I don't even know if that's what they are as crickets, but I've always called them crickets, so. Yeah, this is basically one of the hardest dungeons that you can fight up to this point. It's not possible to get to Dungeon 5 right now, so if we could, that would be the hardest we could fight, but since we're fighting that second, it's going to be very difficult. But you don't get any means to... you don't get any means to mitigate damage in this game besides the blue mail in Dungeon 5 anyway, so technically we don't really care. That was a little bit too far. Alright, so you want to blow that up. Absolutely want to blow that up. If you notice something too about this area, that's light from the outside. Right above where this entrance was to the dungeon, there was that house that looked like it had steel bars and then a hay-like roof. That's where we are right now. We're actually upstairs and basically outside in a way. In this, if you also noticed from earlier part of this game playthrough, there was a mirrored location in the light world, and they specifically, the dude in there talked about how it was the thieves' hideout at one point. So that's where we are, is the thieves' hideout. All right, we go downstairs. You need, absolutely need that to be open. I don't remember what we're supposed to do here with, whether we're supposed to have those open or not. We're gonna find out. Actually, you know what? We have to have it open. Bombs are very useful for that. Yeah, so we need it open so we can open up this area. Yeah, when I first played this game, quite a while ago, you know, many years to be exact, I did not know that you could shoot, well, not really shoot, but hit those little guys that sort of look like these dudes with the magic power or powder in order to turn them. All right. So we are in the right area. I wonder if there's anything like a... There might very well be a key in here, but I'm not sure. Okay, no. It wasn't a key. It's that. So we're going to have to remember that little spot there. All right, so now we're going to basement 2. You get the boss key pretty early in this dungeon, though, which is pretty interesting in comparison to most other dungeons. Because the way this dungeon is built, it's not actually something that matters if they give it to you early. And we do want to go to the right, but what's over... Okay, we don't have a key yet. All right. So I wonder if this is a drop point. I actually think that this is a drop point in order to get fairies. I would dare say I would bet on that. I also really love how this part of this game actually kind of looks like the beginning part of the game when you're saving Zelda. It's not exact, that is, but it is still pretty cool because you're basically going through a dungeon. We already have the master key, the big key. Yeah, those things turn you into bunny rabbits. Oh, thank you very much. You saved my life. Please take me outside. I want to say that's what this is, but I don't know for a fact. Don't quote me on it. Okay, so now we have to go left. Yep. Since we did get that little key. And you need the hammer, which you're going to have, because I don't believe you can actually... You got the Titan's Mitt. Now you can lift the heaviest stones that were once impossible to budge. Yeah, so... in this game, you can't possibly do any part of the Dark World until you've beaten the second dungeon, or the first dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. So, there is that. Now that we have the Titan's Mitts, we can lift up any stone in the game that is liftable, which is pretty darn cool, because that means this stone, for instance, right here, which probably weighs a good 5 tons or so, you can't even move with that either. Those stones are so heavy that you can't move with them, which is, you know, intriguing to say the least. This is the reason why sword beams are just so good, because they hit in a wide area, even though they don't do as much damage as the arrow, the bow and arrow, that is. It can't be that hole, can it? I'm not even going to try, because I don't need fairies, but I want to say that there is a way to get fairies in this dungeon. Alright, so we want to get the Cane of Burna and get ready. We're about to fight the boss. Too bright! Yeah, so the boss of this area actually happens to be the fake maiden. And I just want, I just want you to take that into account. The Cane of Burna is so absolutely busted that while I was swinging it, it was hitting him, and, you know, it took a fair bit of my magic meter, but it was damaging him, and I was damaging him, and he could not damage me. It is so absolutely busted. It's fantastic. It's my favorite item in this entire game. Zeake, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. As the wise men sealed the way to the Dark World, the Knights of Hyrule defended them from the attacks of evil monsters. I heard that the Knights of Hyrule were nearly wiped out in that battle. You are perhaps the last one to carry on the bloodline of the Knights. It is ironic that the last one in the line has the potential to become the hero of legend. Surely you can destroy Ganon. You understand? Of course we understand. I'm not going to say no, not at all, because even though that's funny, she just repeats everything she just said. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. And we get our full heal. We have quite a lot of hearts right now. What is that? I think you have, what, 10 per bar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have 13. Very cool. So I actually beat that dungeon probably in record time. I can't even recall the last time I beat that dungeon that fast. Being totally for real right now. So we have several things that we can totally do right now that are going to fully make us even more busted than we already are. So once you beat Dungeon 4, and this is the reason why I do Dungeon 4 second, you can get to the point where you have... We're going to need the Magic Mirror. We're going to be getting the next sword upgrade. So we're going to be getting the Tempered Mastered Sword. Ribbit, Ribbit, your body did not change. You are not just an ordinary guy, are you? I used to live in Kakariko Town. I wonder what my partner is doing there without me. Ribbit, I have a request of you. Please take me to my partner. Please, Ribbit, please. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take this guy to his partner. He is the blacksmith. You need the Titan's Mitts in order to get to him, and you need the Titan's Mitts in order to get here. Also, I do believe we have a bit of a secret here. Now you just have to smack down every last one of these with the hammer, and there we go. I do believe we need the magic mirror. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. We got ourselves another heart piece. We just need 2 more to get another heart. I'm actually not missing that many heart pieces, being real here. All right, so we can go. I think we can. It's safe to teleport here. Oh, happy days are here again. You found my partner. We are happy now. Drop by here again. At that time, we will temper your sword perfectly. All right, that's very cool news. Yeah, I don't think I should have put that there. So we're gonna have to put that elsewhere. Let's put it right here. Out of our way. We do have to leave the screen from my recollection, if I can speak English here, and get back in there. Hey, you, welcome. Ask us to do anything. Temper my sword, or I just drop by. I'll give you a big discount. Sword tempered, 10 rupees. Wow, you could have charged a couple hundred and I wouldn't have cared. Tempered, eh? Are you sure? Yes. All right, no problem. We'll have to keep your sword for a while. Yeah, you don't have your sword, so this is the only occasion in this game in which you can actually see Link's animations with his hands without a sword. You do have to leave the screen yet again, and you come back, and you get the tempered sword, which is double the power, can't stress that enough, double the power of the Master Sword. So that means that the sword beams are going to be doing the Master Sword's hits, which is pretty darn phenomenal. Your sword is tempered up. Now hold it. Haha. Great, your sword is stronger. You can feel the sheer power flowing through your body. All right, we're pretty thematic here. We've got our tempered sword as well as our red shield, red boomerang, all that good rigmarole. Now here is the fun part, though. Because the key is locked inside this chest, you can never open it. Just take it with you. Alright, you cannot run while you have this chest with you, but it is very necessary to have it with you because we're going to be able to get a precious item inside. You also can't drop down ledges, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to be kind of careful with it. Now that we have the Titan's Mitts, there's a lot of things that we can do. Like, a lot of things. It's not just... It's not just a few things. It's actually quite a few, or quite a lot of things that we have the ability to get. I love how the trees look at you. All right. Open sesame. We will be going down. And now we one-hit these enemies, which is pretty phenomenal. Alright, so you need the magic mirror here. We take our chest with us. I heard that you know I used to be a thief, right? Well, I'll open a chest for you. Will you keep it secret from everyone else? Would you please promise? Promise not to tell anyone. Tell it to everyone. This is a magic bottle. You can store an item inside and then use it later. So yes, we have the last magic bottle in the game. You only get 4. So that's, you know, intriguing. We're actually going to go to Area 6 here. And now that we have the Titan's Mitts, we can actually go here. We are in Misery Mire. Well, actually, this is not Misery Mire. Misery Mire is the dungeon here. We're in the bog. There is no way to get into this bog without the Titan's Mitts, so you must have the Titan's Mitts in order to get here. Where is it that we have to teleport? Is it here? No, not quite. Not quite. It's a little bit south, apparently. Oh, you know what? We can't do it here, can we? How do we get there? It's probably on the other side. In fact, I would be willing to bet it's on the other side. So then this was pointless endeavor. Alright, let's go ahead and see what this cave is all about. Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me 20 rupees. Sure. Thank you. As a matter of fact, monster magic is making it rain in the swamp. If you can move the air with more force than the monsters, the rain may stop. Yeah, this is telling you how to get in the dungeon. We already have the means to get in Dungeon 6. If we don't need the hookshot, we have the means to beat it too. But we're not doing Dungeon 6, as though that would help in some aspects. Well, actually, it would help in a lot of aspects, because we would get our final sword and our final bow upgrade. However, we want to do Dungeon 5 first, and I really want the Bombos medallion. It's the last medallion in the game, and it is pretty well necessary to have in order to beat the boss of the Dungeon 5. If you don't have the fire rod, that is. Alright. And a piece of heart. And a little bit of rupees. I enjoy that quite a lot. Wow, that dude did 3 hearts of damage to me. Impressive. Alright, so there's nothing else we can do here in the bog. We could go to Dungeon 6, don't want to go to Dungeon 6, have absolutely no desire to go to Dungeon 6. So what I need to do I'm guessing I have to teleport over here. I'm guessing I have to teleport over here. Alright, so what that means is that we're going to have to fly to the closest way to teleport to get to the Dark World, which is actually Hyrule Castle, which kind of stinks. Let's go ahead and get ourselves our hearts back. You can always visit your house for some good old refreshing food. Or whatever in the heck that happens to be. These hearts. Yeah, so we might do Dungeon 5 this time, because why not, almost. I almost want to just say, like, why wait? I do want to get another fairy, so we'll have 2 fairies, as well as 2 bottles of blue potion. Alright, so down and to the left, and we have to get in there. Yep, that's exactly what we have to do. we will need our trusty hammer. The damage increase that you get from the tempered sword is just so phenomenal. Still takes 1,000,000 hits to kill this guy, though. It even takes a lot of hits with the final sword upgrade. And we do have to go left down into the swamp. So that's the actual swamp. This over here is a bog. There is two totally different things, I guess. And this is the lake with Dungeon 5 in it. We will be getting there pretty soon. Pretty soon, I would say. I just need the Bombos medallion, and once we have it, we can go. I don't really think there's anything else for me to get besides, you know, like loose ends right now. Little stuff here and there, basically. Is there a reason to teleport over here? Let's find out. I think I know what this is. Yep. So I did have a closer location than that. Ah, okay. That's pretty intriguing. I wish I had remembered that. Save some time. Alright, we need to go all the way down. Yeah, this is Dungeon 2, and it's literally open to you pretty much right away once you get done with Dungeon 1. The only thing is, though, is that it requires, if I'm not mistaken, you going back and forth between the light and dark world so that you can activate the dam, I guess that would be. I don't really know if it's a dam in the light world. Yeah, it's a dam underneath. I don't exactly know why it's there, though. Like, what would you need a dam there for? I also don't remember if there's, like, anything over here. Well, while we're here, let's check it out, shall we? All right. Yeah, so this is just big symbols right here. Teleport back here. Actually, we could have got Bombos quite a while ago, I think. Quite a while ago. We need our trusty old Book of Medora. Pretty sure this is the last time you need it. Hold up the Master Sword, you will get the magic of Bombos. And here we are, the most powerful. This is the Bombos medallion. Its magic makes the ground explode with power. Watch your magic meter. Most powerful of all of the medallions. So we're pretty close to like every last one of the items. We have the fire rod, we have the cane of Smyrna, or no, it's the cane of Samaria. The cane of Samaria, and we have the hookshot. Those are the last 3 items we actually need. Before I go there, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and get a fairy. And we can just teleport here. Yeah, there's still a heart piece over here that I can get. Actually, there's a whole heart that we can get right now. Huh. We're definitely going to do that before we go into the dungeon, because that would be nice, having a 14th heart. Is it totally necessary? No. But, hey, you know what? We're gonna do it any old way. Yep, we will keep that in a bottle. And yes, let's go ahead and fly our way. What am I doing? I didn't mean to press that. We're going to go ahead and fly our way and complete the digging game. And we're also going to get the little heart piece that we can get right over here, right next to us on that little island. So, let's go here. And now that we have the Titan's Mitts, we don't have to worry about going around now. Which is pretty darn cool. We can skip all the rigmarole, in fact. I actually didn't even know if you could beat those. Didn't remember, I should say. Alright. Alright, so that was pointless to go that direction. However, we can go ahead and finish off this digging game. Yes. Yeah, what I was doing wrong with this game is that you're supposed to leave the screen. So we will be able to get the heart piece pretty soon. I think you only have to beat this game like 2 or 3 times max. Oh, there we go. Never mind. You found a heart piece. Ah, we have 14 heart pieces now, or 14 hearts. That is pretty fantastic. Let's see. We could make our way just running there. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's go ahead and do that. So we already have our 14th heart, but we might as well grab the next heart piece that I'm thinking about so that I don't forget about for next time. Might as well. And yeah, we're not going to go into the swamp. The swamp is kind of annoying. Alright, that is still the swamp there. You'd think after playing this game so many times you would have it memorized, but nope, it's just quite a long game. And we will go ahead and warp. Oh, I already got this. What am I doing? It actually kind of doesn't matter, though, because we need to go over here. Alright, we're not going to mess with any of them. We are now in the Ice Palace. Zeake, the magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. So, what you want here is either the Fire Rod or Bombos. And if you don't have either of those, you basically can't beat this dungeon. It's unfortunate that I had to use that there, but That is life. We just gotta hope that we get a lot of magic in this dungeon. This one's also another one of those dungeons that's pretty darn confusing. And Bombos is our best friend. Alright, cool. And you found the compass. I don't think that, yeah, that's not really going to help us much. This dungeon has 7 floors to it. Most of the floors are pretty tiny, though. But it still has 7 floors to it, which is a lot. I do like the way it's designed, too. And we can just annihilate this room. Even if I had the fire rod, I'd still be using Bombos here because Bombos is just better. It really and truly is just better. Alrighty. Now we can't go here. This is actually in a way to get up. Yeah, nobody likes ice physics, but I do think they make the game interesting sometimes. I'll be glad to take that heart. Very glad. And you gotta kind of think outside the bun for this dungeon. I actually think we want to... I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do there for that. You cannot destroy the Skeleton Knight with the sword alone. When he collapses, he is vulnerable to another weapon. Yep, he is vulnerable to bombs. Yep, gotta think of things outside the bun. This room is not fun. Alright, do we have to kill all the enemies in this room? I think we do. Okay, so it wasn't all the enemies, it was just a specific enemy. Alright. Well, that is most unfortunate. Do have to be kind of careful here. Oh, crap. Yeah, so having certain dungeon items by this point in the game actually help you a lot. Like, for instance, there. Even though that's not a dungeon item, still helps to be fully prepared. All right. And bombos for good measure. These enemies are actually super duper annoying to kill without using bombos. You can use the fire rod and it works, but bombos is just far and away better. The fire rod is a dungeon item we get in a different dungeon. So unfortunately, we don't have access to it here. And the ice physics strike again. That was pretty wonky. And we're going to take out both of y'all. I don't exactly know what those are to begin with. You got some bombs. Apparently, we'll need even more of those. Do I want to go down here? I actually don't. Let's just do it for, you know, sake of it. All right. Okay, I think I understand here. It has been quite a while since I played this, but I think I have an idea of what we're supposed to do there. Let's just KO this guy. He might drop like a key or something. Who knows? Alright, no. Alright, so we got a key there. Aw, I thought I was far enough away, but apparently I was not. At least we're getting some hearts back. But it's not exactly like we're getting a lot back. Ooh, this one is extra fun. Always remember your dungeon items. They can really help. Well, your items in general. I keep saying dungeon items, but that's not exactly what that is. You also do want to kind of KO like all the enemies that you can around about you, because most of them have the ability to drop things like little magics or whatever. And we'll just take out this guy. These ice ghouls are literally not defeatable without the fire rod or bombos. So you actually do need them. That is quite frankly not a joke. Alright. Do appreciate that. Yeah, let's just take out these two. Yeah, so we will be seeing bombos a lot, as is probably expected. Is it worth? Yeah, it is. It's worth. Yeah, the bouncers are very much so not your friend. Alright, so what's this say up here? Zeake, do not use all your magic power if you do not possess the medicine of magic. Now get ready to go into the depths of this dungeon. I kind of wish we had the capacity to find the map. That would be very precious right now. Alright, so... we're gonna go ahead and use you. I actually think we need ether here. Oh no. Is this what I think it is? I think I'm soft locked here. I think I need the hook shot in order to complete the rest of this dungeon. If that's so, that's gonna be really saddening, because I have actually I do remember defeating Dungeon 4 second, but Dungeon 5 third. I'm not entirely sure if I ever remember doing that. This is kind of bad. There is one thing I can do. Oh, I went back too far. Too far again. Not trying to do that. No. I don't, yeah, there's no ground underneath there either. That really stinks. I could bomb jump across there, because I've seen it done, but man, I don't know. Huh. Well, the only thing I can do, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and go as far as I can in the dungeon without the hook shot and see if I can complete it, then that would be great. Actually, those enemies didn't give me any drops. I'm thinking, if I don't get any drops from these enemies here, I'm probably just going to exit the dungeon. Okay, I got a drop. That's super duper unfortunate, because this may very well mean that I have to beat Dungeon 2, maybe even Dungeon 3 before I can beat this dungeon, which would really and truly stink, because having the blue mail as fast as possible just sounds like a dream. And we got our hearts back from that. Well, most of them. Missed that hard, unfortunately. If we don't want to go there. We do want to go back here because we do want to go back downstairs. Alright, we're just going to get rid of these enemies. Perfect. And back down we go. Actually, we do need bombs again. I don't think it's very likely that those guys give you any magic or anything like that, but I still like KOing them, just in case. And the penguins gotta go. I think this is the only time in the game you see these enemies. They might be in the final dungeon, but they're really kind of weird and out of place, in my opinion. Alright, so going down. We could go this way. I did not mean to undo that. Alright, so one of these is down, one of these is up. I actually think I know where the up goes. So we're gonna take that just now. Okay, so that's a false wall. I'm not exactly right, but we did need to go up here, so let's grab ourselves the hammer. Alright. We're making some decent progress in this dungeon. You got the map. Awesome. Alright, so now that we have the map, we should be able to see exactly where we need to go. We need the big key. Once we have the big key, I can find myself hopping down and getting the mail. Alright. Yeah, all this does is open up that door, okay. Just wanted to make sure. And here we are here. And we got the big key, awesome. Alright, we're going to be able to get the blue mail pretty much right now. That guy go right past. Come on, ice physics. Work for me. Alright, we need a bomb. Ah, darn. You found the blue mail. This armor reduces the damage that you take from enemies. So now we take half damage. Amazing. I do believe that means that we are going to be able to complete this dungeon. It just means I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that one room, per se. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Uh-huh. I see exactly where we go from here. You guys can have that bomb for breakfast. Okay, we need to press the button to make it go down. All right, so I have a feeling that these drop for fairies. In fact, I would be willing to bet money on it. We are probably going to need bombos here. Yes, we are. I don't think the bombos kills the skeletons, but we're going to find out. It does not. Yeah, do you see how this won't stay open? There's actually a reason for that. We have the means to fix that too. We got our magic back. Pretty cool. Yeah, so if you play these dungeons smart and just know your dungeon item understandings, like for instance with the whole being able to turn those enemies into fairies and whatnot, you can pretty well just do whatever you want. As long as you play smart, you know. Oh. Didn't mean to fall with it, but hey, you know what? Oh, I see. We can't do that from over here, can we? Let's go ahead and drop down these just to see. Yeah. Little fairy room. And it takes you right back here. Alright, so I'm a bit confused here. Now we do have to go into that door, so that's literally the last thing we have to do, but how we get in there, I know exactly what we have to do. I just don't remember exactly where we have to go to do it. Alright, so we have to knock the bottom left block down. That was pointless. Alright, be done with you. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit thrown for a loop here about where we have to go exactly. I don't think that this was the right place necessarily. I do recall this being part of the what I assumed was the soft lock. Which it probably isn't. There's probably another way around it, so we're gonna find that other way, shall we? Yeah, those dudes follow you. We don't need to KO him, though. We're not even gonna bother. And we'll take care of these two. Alright, neither one of them gave us magic powder. Which, I mean, it kind of stinks. But got that magic powder there. Where does this go? And do we need to do it? That's gonna take us right there. I think we have to do this. I think we drop down here. Yep. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yes, we do. Alright, cool. I figured it out. It just took a little bit of brainstorming. Alright. That was very weird. It wouldn't let me activate bombos while there was a bomb on the floor. I wonder if that means that the bombos counts as like a bomb. Very intriguing. I say that a lot because I mean it a lot. Yeah, that doesn't work on them. But that does. Alright, that's all that is. We're actually just about to fight the boss, which is really cool. I want to say we need got some magic back. We can move the statues out of our way. We don't need to move both, apparently. Alright, so we're going to be fighting the boss. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to beat both Dungeon 4 and 5 in this run. Alright, so what we want to do first is throw down a bombos. And then we want to get arrows. I actually don't think bombos work here anymore after... Ooh, they are doing a lot of damage. Well, we do have 2 fairies. Took all the rest of our magic, but who cares? Yeah, so if you don't use bombos there, you have to use the fire rod to break the ice. And it takes like 8 shots, I'm pretty sure. Bombos is more cost effective. Necessarily, though, bombos is not required in order to beat the game, or even play the game at all, so you can totally pass it by. It's the only medallion that is not required. Zeake, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. They say the Hylia people controlled mysterious powers, as did the 7 wise men. But the blood of the Hylia has become thin over time. We who carry the blood of the 7 wise men do not possess strong power anymore either. Our powers will increase if we mix the courage of the knights with the wisdom of the wise men. Only a short time remains until the gate at the castle linking the world opens completely. If you defeat Ganon, this world will vanish, and the Triforce will wait for a new holder. I believe in you. Good luck. Do you understand? Of course we understand. May the way of the hero lead you to the Triforce. And that's Dungeon 5. Awesome. We now have a very awesome damage upgrade. Or, well, damage reduction upgrade. Yeah, the blue mail is pretty much... It's a game changer, especially for the other dungeons, because after this, we are going to be finding our way to beating Dungeon 2 and 3, probably in that order. And when you see how easy... Well, I actually want to see if I can defeat Dungeon 6. I think you do need the hook shot in order to beat Dungeon 6. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to try... But I don't think it's going to be successful, per se. Which stinks in a way, but it also is like, well, you know, what can you do? What can you do? We've got a whole bunch of hearts. Let's see. I think we are either... Alright, how many dungeons do we have left in the Dark World? Let's go check that, shall we? Alright, so we have Dungeon 2, we have Dungeon 6, so that's 2, we have Dungeon 3, and we have Dungeon 7. We're going to get a heart piece from each one of those. That's 4 dungeons. How many hearts do we have? Okay, so we're missing 4 whole heart pieces right now. I do not know exactly where they all are. I know one heart piece is actually in the 7th dungeon, like a heart piece, not just the heart. So that will be very interesting. There's potentially a heart piece or two in here, and maybe some in like Death Mountain, but I seriously doubt it. Where could they all be? I'm actually kind of confused because what I'm thinking is I can only think of really one. Yeah, I can really only think of one. We've done all the games, haven't we? Yeah, the digging game and the racing game. I think those are the only 2 games that give heart pieces. We did them both. We did the chest game, which isn't really a game. You just pay for chest and, you know, win or lose, whatever. We could check by the Lumberjack's old abode, but I actually don't think that there's a way to get to that house. Don't particularly know. But I do know what we are going to do next, like the very next stream. We are going to be finding ourselves in Dungeon 6. If I have to beat Dungeon 2 before I can beat Dungeon 6, so be it. Will it stink? Yes. Is that just a part of life? That's also true. Because the fact of the matter is that I would love to get Dungeon 6 done, because if we get Dungeon 6 done, then that means we'll have pretty much all of the upgrades in the game. Alright, we are full on Medicine and Magic and Fairies for the time being. We don't need any more of that. Yep, so we're actually maxed on arrows and bombs. So bombs max capacity is 40 and arrows max capacity is 70. Very intriguing, to say the least. So what we're going to do here is fly on over to the bog, well, the desert. And we're going to save Misery Mire for next time. Because, very frankly, we've already done 2 dungeons this area and this stream, and a whole bunch of other, like, item finding and stuff like that. We got my favorite item in game, Cane of Burna. You saw it used quite effectively, in my opinion, for both blind and I don't remember exactly what the name of the boss is for the ice dungeon. I know he's not Vitreous. Vitreous is the boss of Misery Mire. I don't know. But as you saw there, some enemies are just not affected by the regular sword. You need at least the Master Sword in order to damage them. So the Cane of Burna there actually can't hurt that boss at all. And the reason why is because that boss is just check immune for just completely immune to the regular sword. You have to have at least the Master Sword when you fight that boss. Which does mean that I'm pretty sure the sword beams of the Master Sword are also something that he's immune to as well. Unlike Blind, boss of Dungeon 4, he is not immune to the regular sword. And I think the reason why they did that was so that the Master Sword beams could affect him, just like the 3 bosses prior to him, Helmasaur King, the boss of Dungeon 2, and the boss of Dungeon 3. Mothra is the boss of Dungeon 3. I don't remember the name of the boss of Dungeon 2 either. Some of the bosses, it's just been a long time since I've known the name. I used to know them all, because this was just one of those games that, for me, it held a whole lot of intrigue and nostalgia, so I would go back and forth and study and figure out this mechanic, that mechanic. I've watched speedruns of this game before. I've watched, randomizers. I don't really watch speedruns and randomizers anymore, though, because by and large, the communities behind them are too political, in my opinion. And, it's sort of like AGDQ or Awesome Games Done Quick or Summer Games Done Quick. I don't watch that stuff anymore. After finding out that Prevent Cancer Foundation doesn't even get, or what they do is they get all the money, they get all the proceeds, but then they will dole out the proceeds back to people. And that's how that they stay nonprofit but still are making money, quote unquote. And it's all just ridiculous. So Prevent Cancer Foundation is not something I donate to. And then I found out that they were actively censoring people who did not share their views and were not letting runners play their games that they were the best at, actively striking people's world records down because they're not sodomites, or they're not this political persuasion or that political persuasion. They're not leftists. They're not anti-God. They're not anti-Christ. So all that kind of stuff is just like, I kind of just took a back seat and said, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. A Link to the Past was made in a time when people weren't psychotic. And I like nostalgia. I like getting back to some good old wholesome gaming. In fact, that's literally the reason why I made my channel. I made my gaming channel because I saw all this nonsense and just thought, like, where's a channel I can watch that doesn't have nonsense in it, doesn't have crap, has the games I like, doesn't have crap, doesn't have politics, doesn't have shoehorned agendas or ideals, or especially antichrist, because I'm not one of those people who says views and beliefs and opinions should be out of everything. I'm a Christian man and I stand by it. I am a conservative man and I stand by it. I'm not political though. I just hate politics. And so I stand by that. Like, I want wholesome gaming to be my theme. I want people to look up my channel and say, you know what? This is where we can go to escape this stuff. It's actually kind of baffling because some video games nowadays have like politics so shoved into them that you can't avoid it in those games. So I don't play those games. And then there's people today who don't like politics but will still play those games and are just like, it's the way the world's going. I don't care if that's the way the world's going. I won't pay for it, won't buy it, won't put into it, because, like, honest to goodness, how can you not be disturbed by that? So from the outset, what I have realized is that some of my views and beliefs are a little bit too strong for the average person. I am quite a bit rough about some of the things I believe. And I try to keep that away, but I do try to illuminate the fact that this channel is for people who want good, wholesome gaming. It is for wholesome games. It is for Christian gamers. It is for conservative gamers. It is for any gamer, period, to find a place where you're not going to be bombarded by crap and people's ideals and beliefs that aren't right. So there we go. I know that was a bit of a tangent, but I love this game. I love A Link to the Past, and I love all the things that it stands for, considering like its own values that it has. Some of the things that it pushes in lighthearted goodness, and the fact that it's all this like wholesome stuff. It's awesome though, because we've made quite a bit of progress, quite a bit. We only have a couple more items, we only have a couple more upgrades, and we're literally it. We're done. It's kind of unfortunate, in my opinion, that the final mail upgrade, the red mail, you don't get it in any dungeon. You have to get it basically at the end of the game, so you get to enjoy it for a very brief period of time. And I don't like that, but what can you do? I do want to thank you all for joining me here on the stream. Thank you very much. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all that wonderful stuff, and stay tuned for next week. We are going to be continuing the A Link to the Past streams. I will see you all later. Have a great and glorious day gaming.